Here's the starting lineup for the Basalt Longhorns. They'll go with Patrick Reynolds. And Reynolds will be flanked over there by Dylan Rakowski, Javier Huerta, Sean Ryan, and Nick Calabro. Not a very tall team for Basalt. Calabro at 6'2", Huerta at 6'1", Rakowski at 5'10", Ryan at 5'9", Reynolds at 5'9". The Beat Diggers counter with Austin Garcia, a sophomore, along with juniors Trey Cranston, Jeffrey Dunker, and Jacob Nichols, and the senior Mitch Tormolin. Opening tip tonight brought to you by Ingmeyer Phillips Insurance with 2 locations in Brush and Fort Morgan. They can help you with home care, life insurance questions or needs. Ingmeyer Phillips Insurance. As the opening tip controlled by the Beat Diggers, and Trey Cranston into the front court. Cranston spinning to his left. Still looking. Back towards the top of the three-point circle on the outside right to Garcia. Garcia with the basketball at the top left of the lane. Pulls up from 12. Good for Austin Garcia, and that's the way the Beat Diggers begin this game. We'll have some video coverage tonight as well on our KSIR B106 channel on YouTube. Into the front court with a basketball is Sean Ryan on the outside left over there to Dylan Rakowski. Back out to Calabro. Ryan, 3 in the air, is off to the left, and Mitch Tormolin grabs the Beat Digger rebound. Into the front court, here comes Trey Cranston with the basketball. Left of the lane. On the outside left, Dunker dribbles into the lane. Down low, the pass off of Nichols out of bounds on that baseball pass. First turnover of the game is committed by Brush. And Ryan to throw it into Reynolds. Back to Ryan. John Beltran with Jen Goodoff in the Digger Dome in this opening round 3A state tournament game. Bounce pass down low, goes through everybody out of bounds. Intended over there for Nick Calabro. And that's the first turnover for Basalt.
Well, Basalt is just running at 4 high. They're not really doing a whole lot on the inside yet.
Basalt wearing their purple roads, the Beat Diggers in their home whites. Cranston into the front court on the outside right to Dunker. Dunker dribbles towards the top, into the lane, pulls up from 13, off to the left. Ball is tipped around into the hands of Nick Calabro. The other way, here come the Longhorns. On the outside right with the basketball is Dylan Rakowski. Rakowski at the top. On the outside left to Ryan. Ryan with 6:33 to go in the opening quarter. Brush 2, Basalt nothing. Bounce pass at the free throw line to Huerta. Now to Ryan. His shot is up and good inside the three-point line on the right wing by Sean Ryan, and we're tied at 2. Dunker the other way on the high right. Down low, and Cranston puts it up. It's blocked out of there, and the ball is taken away over there by Basalt. Excellent block. And Calabro was able to swipe it away. And Rakowski comes away with the basketball. Here's Ryan into the front court, looking down low. Feeds Huerta, but the ball's knocked away by Nichols. Taken by Huerta, though. Left of the lane, in the lane. Now he's trapped. He puts up a wild shot, and it's no good. Jeffrey Dunker with a Beat Digger rebound. Beat Diggers want to run. Dunker with a basketball. Left baseline, down low to Garcia, but that one is picked off. And then the ball is loose again, picked off by the Beat Diggers. Here's Dunker in the lane, puts it up, and he's fouled. And no flow right there whatsoever, but the Beat Diggers will take it as the foul was committed by Patrick Reynolds. That's the first foul of the game, and Jeffrey Dunker to the line. Beat Diggers have not played in a week, so you expect some rust even out of a team that's 19-3. The free throw is good. Jeffrey Dunker makes it a 3-2 Brush lead, and Kyle Rosenbrock already into the game. 2 minutes and 15 seconds in, as is Randy Baker for Trey Cranston. Dunker coming up with his second free throw. That is up, and that's off to the right. That's been a problem for the Beat Diggers. Felipe Martinez grabs the rebound for Basalt. 3-2 Beat Diggers. 5:37 to go in the opening quarter. With the basketball is Ryan. Lost the basketball. It's loose. It's picked up by Baker. Garcia across midcourt for the Beat Diggers. At the top of the basketball. Garcia to his right, behind his back, at the free throw line, looking on the outside right to Rosenbrock. Rosenbrock at the top of the three-point circle. Back out to Garcia. Garcia on the outside left to Rosenbrock. Looking down low. Feeds it to Tormolin up top. Tormolin on the outside right. Here is Dunker. Pulls up from 15. Around and no good. And the rebound is controlled once again by Nick Calabro of Basalt. But then the Beat Diggers come up with a steal. Dunker to Baker. Lays it up and in. Randy Baker makes it a 5-2 Beat Digger lead. 4:53 to go first quarter. In the backcourt with the basketball is Rakowski. Front court pass taken by Ryan. Actually still in the backcourt, guarded by Dunker, but he'll dribble across the timeline. Against Dunker is Sean Ryan, who's got the only basket of the game for Basalt. Bounce pass to Rakowski, off his head, out of bounds. And that pressure defense has been big for Brush because that's 5 turnovers already. They allowed just 29 points last week. And a timeout very quickly called by Basalt and head coach Ruff Childman, with Basalt down 5-2 with 4:37 to go here in the opening quarter.
Well, and he's got to want to change what they're doing on offense a little bit, because that 4 high that they're doing, they're just trying to
explain the 4 high.
The 4 high means that there are 2 posts sitting on each of the elbows of the lane, and then the 2 wings are lined up across. So 4 high, no one's going inside, no one's low. And even when the post person on the elbow is setting the screen for the ball handler, they're not rolling to the basket. They're waiting for the wing to drive, and we've already got that covered. So I'm sure he's going to make some kind of an adjustment there because our defense is so stellar.
Garcia to throw it into Dunker out there with Baker, Tormolen, and Rosenbrock. This is a very solid lineup for the Beat Diggers right now. Dunker with the basketball on the outside right to Baker. Baker down low for Rosenbrock, knocked away, intercepted. 3rd turnover by the Beat Diggers. Into the front court on the outside right is Reynolds at the top. Back on the high left to Ryan, through his hands, but he chases it down. Dribbling against Dunker, picks up the dribble on the outside left towards Wenta, through his hands, but picked up by Rakowski in the lane. Hooks it up, blocked out of there by Tormolen. Rosenbrock cannot save it in, and it'll stay with Basalt, with the Beat Diggers up 5-2 with 4:07 to go in the opening quarter. Here from the Digger Dome and Brush, the winner to take on Moffat County tomorrow at 1 o'clock. Ryan to throw it in towards Nick Calabro, lost the ball, got it back, and now feeds it to Rakowski against Garcia. Dribbling left baseline, cut off by Baker, puts up a pass that was meant to be a shot, then gets the ball back and lays it up and in. Rakowski scores 5-4 in favor of the Beat Diggers with 3:49 to go in the opening quarter. Yeah, kind of a fluke play there for Brush. On the outside right, Rosenbrock with a basketball. Down low for Baker, right baseline, fade, shoots, scores. Randy Baker makes it a 7-4 Beat Digger lead on the fadeaway on the right baseline. He's got 4 points, 3:30 to go, second quarter. Ryan with a basketball, double team. Then he tries to bounce it off of Baker, and he does, but he gets it right back. And down low, that pass intended for Wenta, taken away by Tormolen. Ahead to Baker, lays it up and in! Baker's got 6. Turnover number 6 for Basalt. Beat Diggers lead 9-4 with 3:13 to go in the opening quarter. Bounce pass to Wenta in the lane, and he puts it up, and he's blocked. Blocked by Rosenbrock, taken away by Dunker. Here's Dunker with the basketball, right of the lane. Dunker spinning, jump pass inside. There's a foul. Well, that Brush defense is...
They got long arms, quick hands, quick feet. They're all over the place, very suffocating.
Second foul committed by Patrick Reynolds. Jake Brown into the game for Austin Garcia. Jeffrey Dunker to throw it in with 3:02 to go in the first quarter. John Beltran with Jen Goodall. Nick Calabro is out. Bentilio Garcia is into the game, and Dunker to throw it in. Dunker bounce pass to Tormolen, lost it, got it back. He's double teamed. Bounce pass intercepted by Felipe Martinez. The Beat Diggers with their 4th turnover, and Basalt has 6, but Brush is up by 5, 9-4 with 2:50 to go in the opening quarter. Here is Patrick Reynolds on the high right, double team, looking, still looking. Throws it near the top over there to Bentilio Garcia. Garcia against Brown, dribbling to his right, at the top, picks up the dribble on the outside right to Reynolds, takes a dribble, right corner, penetrating is Rakowski. Bounce pass is intercepted there by Jeffrey Dunker, then the ball's poked away out of bounds from behind by Dylan Rakowski. Beat Diggers retain possession, and right now Basalt's on pace to commit well over 30 turnovers, and due in parts to the Brush defense. Rosenbrock to throw it in. Rosenbrock to Garcia. Behind his back across the timeline on the outside right to Brown. Brown dribbling to his left. On the high left to Rosenbrock. Rosenbrock looking down low. Dribbles towards the corner. Back out to Tormolen inside the three-point line. Cross-court pass on the right baseline. Shot is up, an air ball by Jake Brown. And the ball is out of bounds. Not expecting the air ball was Dylan Rakowski, and he just couldn't catch the ball. It went out of bounds. And here come Ben Mickey and Bryce Needens into the game for Mitch Tormolen and Jeffrey Dunker. With 2:09 to go in the opening quarter, and the Beat Diggers leading by 5. Needens to throw it in. Right corner for Brown. Near the top to Baker. On the outside here is Bryce Needens. Needens dribbling to his left in the lane. And he pulls up from 12 and is around and no good. Ball is tipped around. That's into the hands of Reynolds. Here comes Reynolds across midcourt. On the outside right to Rakowski. Back out to Reynolds with 1:49 to go in the opening quarter. Brush 9, Basalt 4. Near the top, and Brown commits the foul as that pass was caught by Javier Huerta. That's the first foul against the Beat Diggers. And to throw it in is going to be Bentilio Garcia just beyond midcourt. Garcia over to Huerta on the outside left against Rosenbrock. Left of the lane. He's going to have to back it out. Does to Reynolds. Reynolds with 1:38 to go. Dribbling to his right. Bounce pass inside to Martinez. Knocked away by Brown. Intercepted there by Bryce Needens. Long pass towards Brown. Back out to Mickey. Mickey left of the lane. At the top for Needens. Needens with the basketball on the outside right to Rosenbrock with the Beat Diggers up by 5 with 1:23 to go. Right baseline penetration. Baker now to Needens. Little 10-footer is up and good on the left baseline for Bryce Needens. And Brush now leads 11-4. They're on a 6-0 run as we approach the 1 minute and 10-second mark of the opening quarter. Reynolds into the front court against Bryce Needens, dribbling to his right. In the right corner, Rakowski with the basketball, poked out of bounds by Ben Mickey. For the best prices and special offers on top quality car parts and accessories, visit Central Auto Parts, 1000 West Platte Avenue, 1001 West Platte Avenue in Fort Morgan. Garcia to throw it in. Lobs it outside right to Rakowski. Jen, I don't see any adjustment being made that you talked about or that could have been made here. They're running the same offense. It's basically what they know, and that's probably why they're running that high 4 offense. Here's Garcia on the outside left. Back out to Huerta, dribbling left baseline, now in the corner here against Baker. Dribbles by and then puts up a double clutch shot, an air ball, and is taken away by Ben Mickey. Mickey with a long pass to Rosenbrock, who was open, but he threw it away, and the Beat Diggers turn it over for a 5th time. They've got to cut down on the turnovers, but they are up by 7 with 37 seconds to go in the first.
Well, and like you said, they haven't played in a week, so, that takes a little bit of an adjustment.
Rakowski on the outside left, getting a pick from Huerta at the top with the basketball. Puts up a 16-footer well short, and Mickey had the basketball, could not control it, and Basalt retains possession underneath the Beat Digger basket. Martinez, Huerta, and Garcia out there with Rakowski and Reynolds for Basalt. The lob in towards Huerta on the outside left with the basketball. Left corner for Garcia, dribbling to his right. Gets a pick from Huerta at the top with the basketball. Lost it, taken away by Mickey. Now the ball's loose on the floor, and then it's wrestled away by Garcia. Dribbling left baseline against Needens, has to back it out, and does in a lane to Rakowski. Spins it back out to Reynolds, fakes a 3, steps in, leans, shoots, misses, fouled. To the line will be Patrick Reynolds to shoot 2. Beat Digger foul was committed by Jake Brown, his second. And Patrick Reynolds to shoot a deuce for Basalt. First free throw to be attempted is in the air, and that one is perfect. Brush 11. Basalt 5. That stops the 6-0 run. Second free throw's off the back of the rim. Controlled by Martinez. Hooks it up around, no good. And the rebound to Kyle Rosenbrock, and that will be the end of the quarter. With the score, Brush 11, Basalt 5 on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. John Beltran, Jen Goodall back at Brush High School. The Beat Diggers lead 11-5 over Basalt going into the second quarter in the opening round of the 3A state tournament. Basalt has the basketball with Patrick Reynolds at the top. Looking down low, tries to feed it to Ryan. The ball is knocked away by Dunker, intercepted by Tormola. That's already 9 turnovers against Basalt. Jen, they can't take those chances too often. They've been taking too many of those. And Austin Garcia feeds it to Mitch Tormola at the free throw line. Back out to Garcia as the Beat Diggers set up their offense, going for an 8-point lead, maybe a 9 with a 3. Tormola backing the basketball out on the dribble, down low to Dunker. Dunker inside, lost the basketball out of bounds, and they're not quite yet into the flow of the offense.
No, but you know what I liked about that play? That was a little backdoor on Jeffrey. I mean, he took the player that was on him, who was much smaller and not as long in length arm-wise, and he took him to the hole. I like that play.
Here's Sean Ryan at the top of the basketball, looking for Martinez on the outside right. It's Reynolds. Nick Calabro also out there with Bentilio Garcia. The Beat Diggers with Dunker, Cranston, Nichols, Garcia, and Tormola. Ryan lobs it down low for Martinez. Bounce pass inside intended for Calabro. Intercepted by Cranston. Here comes Cranston the other way. In the lane. Bounce pass to Dunker. He fades. He hooks. He scores! Off the glass for Jeffrey Dunker. Excellent feed by Cranston. The Beat Diggers now with a 13-5 lead. Their biggest advantage, 6:45 to go second quarter. Into the front court, Reynolds with the basketball. Outside left to Garcia behind the three-point line. Looked like he shuffled his feet, no call to Calabro. Bounce pass intercepted by Dunker. Dunker's got a 3-on-2. Bounce pass to Nichols, who lays it up and in. The Beat Diggers now up 15-5, taking advantage of another turnover, and that is number 11 already for Basalt. They've got 6 more turnovers than points. Martinez at the free throw line, hands it off to Garcia, spinning against Tormolin. Towards that left corner, Garcia looking down low for Martinez, 5-second call. Jen, they've got to figure out something different, but I don't think they know anything different.
And what they're trying to do is, get Brush, instead of rolling, they're trying to get the switch or whatever and get a mismatch. So Mitch was out on the guard, and Trey was in on the post. So I understand what they're trying to do, but our defense is so good they can play any position.
Cranston with the basketball, and we've got a whistle. And I think we have some blood on maybe Austin Garcia. And he's going to have to come out of the game. I believe that's the issue, or is it something else? Maybe on the floor. I think something was spotted on the floor. With the Beat Diggers up 15-5 with 6:04 to go before the break. The winner will take on Moffat County, which defeated Classical Academy 66-64.
I bet you Coach Garcia's wife is hoping he'll do that at home, too.
Yeah, he cleaned up the court. He's got more than one duty. Tormoen at the free throw line with the basketball, has the ball stripped, taken by Garcia. Jump pass, and then the shot by Nichols, up and in! About a little 12-footer on the left baseline for Jacob Nichols. And the Beat Diggers up 17-5. They're on another 6-0 run. 5:45 to go second quarter. Garcia with the basketball against Cranston. Dribbling at the top, at the free throw line, leans from 14. That's a brick. And the ball is rebounded by Calabro, and he banks and scores. Nick Calabro makes it a 17-7 game. Cranston jump pass, left baseline to Nichols. Nichols puts it up from 12, and that's around and no good. And Tormolin pushed off. That's the third foul against the Beat Diggers. We've got 5:23 to go second quarter. Brush 17, Basalt 7. Reynolds throws it into Ryan. Back to Reynolds in the backcourt, picked up by Garcia. Across the timeline. At the top, maintains the dribble. Bounce pass to Calabro at the free throw line. Hands it off to Reynolds. Reynolds with the basketball against Nichols on the right baseline. Trapped over there, then he walked. And that is turnover number 13. I'm sure that head coach Schildman wanted a foul called against Brush, but it was not to be. Dunker takes it the other way. The Beat Diggers with a 10-point advantage on the outside right. Cranston will take a 3, and that's in and out. But the rebound is controlled by Dunker. Fade, shoots, air ball. Tormolin has it, and he banks it in for Mitch Tormolin as the Beat Diggers had 3 shots at the basket and finally did convert there. Tormolin with his first points of the game. Brush 19, Basalt 7. 4:43 to go before the break with the basketball. Ryan near the timeline to Garcia. Dribbles by Cranston. Towards the right baseline. He leans, he shoots, he misses short, and Tormolin tips it to himself. That is rebound number 3 for Mitch Tormolin. Over to Garcia into the front court. Garcia fakes a 3. Down low for Cranston. Cranston off the glass, and he missed it. And then there's a tie-up in the backcourt as Felipe Martinez grabbed the rebound, tied up by Nichols. Possession arrow stays with the Beat Diggers.
Well, and another thing I've just seen with their 4-high offense from Basalt is the fact that they're trying to pin. We're kind of fronting the post players, trying to get hedge on that screen right there. So now they're trying to keep us there and post up for that lob pass. So we got to be talking the defense.
Garcia to throw it in. Lobs it on the outside, left to Rosenbrock, into the game with Baker. Now Baker, right baseline, leans, banks, misses, rebound. Tormolin puts it up and around, and he missed it. He thought he had it in there. Martinez grabs the rebound. That's his 4th for Basalt into the front court. Then we've got a traveling violation as it was thrown to Betilio Garcia, but he fell down with control of the basketball. Turnover number 14. The Beat Diggers have committed 6 in a game. As we have 4:09 to go second quarter. Brush leads by 12. Leather jackets, T-shirts, and more. Bijou T-Quest, 302 Main Street in Fort Morgan for all of your sports apparel. With 4 minutes to go, Dunker to Garcia, just across the timeline. On the outside right to Dunker. Swings it inside. Baker reverse layup, fouled as he missed. Well, what a cut by Baker, who went reverse on that play, but he was hacked in the act.
Well, and Baker is one of those players that is a true slasher. That's kind of his bread and butter.
Dylan Rakowski committed the foul as first. Baker hits the first free throw. Serving you the best coffees, lattes, and smoothies. Willow Coffee, Tea, and Smoothies open 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. to make your favorite specialty drink or offer a sweet treat. A very sweet treat. Second free throw, no good. 9:21 Edison Street and Brush. Tormolen the rebound, the hook to Rosenbrock. He misses the shot, and the ball is taken away by Rakowski. B-Diggers had another chance to score, and then we've got a blocking violation in the front court as the foul was committed. Kyle Rosenbrock commits the foul. That's his first, team's fourth. 3 team fouls committed there by Basalt as the B-Diggers are holding a 13-point lead with 3:46 to go, second quarter. And Sean Ryan to throw it in, 3/4 court for Basalt. Ryan left to the lane to Garcia on the left baseline. 12-footers off the back of the rim. Rosenbrock has the rebound for the B-Diggers. Long pass to Baker. Lays it up and in. Randy Baker, the basket maker, now has 9 of the 22 points. B-Diggers by 15, 22-7. 3.5 to go in the second. Double team in the backcourt is Ryan. Stripped away by Dunker. Lays it up and he misses an easy one. And Bentilio Garcia has the rebound. B-Diggers are blowing a lot of easy shots here despite the fact they've got a 15-point lead. 3:18 to go. Rakowski bounce pass down low. Martinez outside right. Garcia 3 in the air. And that's a brick. And the rebound to Tormolen. Here come the B-Diggers. Dunker with the basketball into the front court. In the left corner. Here's a 3. Garcia. And that's off to the left. Rebound to Tormolen. And he's fouled as he went back up. And Tormolen is a rebounding machine. He's got 7 rebounds in the game. And the foul was committed by Felipe Martinez. That's his first. 2 free throws for Mitch Tormolen. The lone senior on this team shoots and scores. Yeah, I wondered if there was school today. 10 after 1. B-Diggers played their opening game of the baseball season. Tormolen, Rosenbrock, all the guys were there.
No, we had a teacher work day today.
Oh, okay.
So the kids didn't have school, but the teachers did.
And the rebound off the miss taken away by Nick Calabro. Yeah, I had no idea.
And then we also had our track meet. So
23-7. That was the Fort Morgan Invitational. Into the front court with the basketball is Ryan against Baker. 23-7. Brush. 2:45 to go. He'll fake a 3. He'll pull up for a 3, and he will miss the 3 off to the right. The rebound by Martinez. Ooh. He's fouled. Martinez to the line. If that's Tormolen, that's going to be a second. And the foul was committed by Tormolen. That is his second. Felipe Martinez, who has 5 rebounds in the game, will go to the line for Basalt. Let's see if Tormolen's going to be taken out here for the final 2:40. The free throw is up, and that is in and out. And here comes Ben Mickey in for Mitch Tormolen. Yeah, this Brush defense is getting better and better. I don't know if the offense has necessarily progressed through the season, but the defense has gotten better. Second free throw is back rim, and the ball is tipped into the hands of Ben Mickey. I mean, it's hard to be better and better every game on offense because other teams can take things away from you as well. But defensively, Brush can do everything. Needham strip from behind. And here is the pass down low for Patrick Ryan. And he fades, he shoots, and he misses. That's Sean Ryan. Ben Mickey with a rebound for the B-Diggers. Mickey on the outlet to Needhams. Needhams on the outside right with the basketball. Feeds it at the top for Mickey. Mickey to his left at the free throw line. Left corner, Baker. He'll put up a long shot. And that's an air ball. And the putback is up and in by Kyle Rosenbrock. Brush now leads 25-7 as Rosenbrock picked up the loose change off the glass. 2 minutes to go, second quarter. Into the front court. Ryan with the basketball on the outside left into the lane. He fades from 10, and that is short. And the putback is up and missed by Calabro. Ball knocked out of bounds off of Mickey. And Basalt retains possession.
I keep watching the same offensive set, but they're not really changing anything.
Well,
and I can hear the coach yelling for something else, but they're not making that change.
Ryan to throw it in. Lobs it way out there towards Rakowski. And the B-Diggers more than likely will hold Basalt to under 10 points in the opening half. On the outside left is Kruger into the game. Chris Kruger to Calabro. How many steps did he take there? But maybe that was just me.
Nope, I agree.
Yeah, it looked like maybe 2.5. Back out to Ryan against Baker. Minute 28 to go. Long 3, and that's an air ball. And Kyle Rosenbrock has it for the B-Diggers. Rosenbrock across the timeline. Outside right. Baker was open momentarily. Right baseline to Brown. Dribbles along the baseline. He leans, and then he had the shot blocked out of there and taken away by Felipe Martinez. A little bit of a force there by Brown. On the outside left, Ryan with the basketball. Over to Rakowski, picked up by Brown, dribbling left baseline. Puts up a shot blocked by Brown, taken by Rakowski. He leans, backs it out wide open. Kruger 3 is off to the left, and Brown has the rebound for the Bead Diggers. With 54 seconds to go in the opening half, Brush 25, Basalt 7. Needens on the outside left. Back out to Brown, swings it at the top for Baker. Pulls up from 15, back rimmed. Dylan Rakowski has his 4th rebound there for Basalt. We're down to 38 seconds to go. On the outside right with the basketball is Kruger. Back out to Ryan. Ryan against Baker. Down low. Rakowski was covered by Brown, but the ball was thrown out of bounds. And Basalt turns it over for the 16th time in the game. Now let's see, the Bead Diggers can take a 20-point lead or 21 before the end of the opening half. As Bryce Needens has the basketball in the backcourt with 25 seconds to go. Front court pass taken by Baker. Baker on the outside left, picks up the dribble, bounce pass to Needens. Over to Rosenbrock, over to Baker at the top for Needens. 15 seconds to go. Needens between his legs with 12, dribbling to his right. In the right corner of the basketball is Mickey with 9. Back out to Needens with 7. Needens to Mickey, right baseline. Down low with the basketball, fading, shooting, scoring! On the right baseline is Jake Brown at the end of the opening half. With the score, Brush 27, Basalt 7. Let's take a 3-minute break on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. John Beltran with Jen Goodall back at the Digger Dome and Brush. We go to the third quarter with the Bead Diggers holding a commanding 27-7 lead over Basalt in the opening round of the 3A state basketball tournament. Whether you're in the market to purchase a new or pre-owned vehicle, Ehrlich Toyota East at 1209 Main Street in Fort Morgan will fit you professionally into the car, truck of your choice, serving all of Northeast Colorado. Ehrlich Toyota East. Trey Cranston, Mitch Tormol, and Austin Garcia, Jeffrey Dunker, and Jacob Nichols in for Brush. And for the 2/3 Mardi Gras colored Basalt Longhorns, it'll be Patrick Reynolds, along with Javier Huerta, Dylan Rakowski, Sean Ryan, and Nick Calabro. Basalt basketball to begin the third. Into Ryan.
Those beads that you wore for Fat Tuesday probably would have matched their uniforms, huh?
That we wore. Take ownership in that, please.
We wore. Only because you brought some for me.
On the outside right, you enjoy the moment. On the outside right with the basketball is Ryan, looking down low for Huerta. Right baseline against Nichols, backing in. At the top to Reynolds. On the outside right to Ryan. Now bounce pass to Huerta. Backs it out cross court to Calabro. Over to Reynolds straight away. On the high left to Rakowski. Picked up by Trey Cranston. Bounce pass near the top. Now left of the lane to Huerta. Puts up a shot blocked over there by Nichols. And taken away by Mitch Tormolin. Tormolin to Garcia with the basketball into the front court. Garcia picks up his dribble, looking. Lobs it to Tormolin at the top. Tormolin turns. Down low for Dunker, and he bangs, and he misses an easy one. And the rebound is controlled by Patrick Reynolds. Dunker could have had about 4 or 6 extra points in this game. On the outside left, Rakowski. 1 minute into the third quarter, 27-7 Brush. Back out to Calabro on the outside right. Here is Patrick Reynolds with the basketball against Cranston, dribbling to his left. Now retreating towards midcourt. Reynolds maintains the dribble behind the back, now double teamed. He's trapped over there and tied up by Cranston. Bead Digger basketball. Yeah, at some point you've got to rotate the basketball around. If not, you get burned, especially by a very good defense.
Well, and they're looking to try and get that backdoor screen on the other side of the 4 high, but they're not getting that done.
Cranston with the basketball for the Bead Diggers on the outside right to Austin Garcia. Gets a pick from Tormolin at the top at the free throw line. Bounce pass towards Tormolin, the give and go banks, and he misses an easy shot. And the ball is saved in by Rakowski out of bounds. It's off of Tormolin. Look, and the Bead Diggers miss easier layups, 2 there. One by Dunker, the other by Tormolin. Neither team has scored in the opening minute and 40 seconds of the third quarter. Brush 27, Basalt 7. Sean Ryan with the basketball against Cranston. Crossover dribble on the outside left in the left corner. Rakowski, 3 in the air off the back of the rim. And the rebound is to Jeffrey Dunker. Dunker for the Bead Diggers at the top of the basketball. Swings it down low. The up and under move by Cranston as he misses. And he's tied up. And that's going to go over to Basalt. Stuffed over there by Rakowski. Possession arrow pointing in their direction.
About 3 Basalt players kind of went after him on that one.
Yeah, Cranston could have got rid of that basketball. Somebody would have been wide open, but he wasn't aware of a couple of the others that were behind him as well. Neither team has scored in the opening 2:05 here of the third. Right baseline, Rakowski penetrates against Cranston, fades from 10, around and no good. Ball is rebounded by Rakowski, then he lost it, he got it back. He fades, blocked by Tormolen, and then Cranston picks it up. He's on the floor but maintains the dribble. Excellent job by Cranston. Bounce pass on the outside right to Garcia. Garcia between his legs in the lane, scoops it up. That is blocked out of there by Calabro. Rakowski away with the basketball. Rakowski cross court to Ryan, straight away, 3, off to the left. And the ball is knocked out of bounds. That is off of Javier Huerta, Beat Digger basketball. And offensively, these teams are setting the game back a little bit because we played well over 2.5 minutes and neither team has scored, although the Beat Diggers have had a couple of quality shots at the basket. Inbound to Tormolen. Bounce pass to Dunker. Dunker into the front court. Crossover dribble at the top, at the free throw line, between his legs. On the outside left, Cranston into the lane. Bounce pass outside right for Tormolen. At the free throw line, Nichols penetrates left of the lane. Bounce pass to Dunker, straight away 15-footer. There it is for Jeffrey Dunker. And the Beat Diggers now with a 22-point lead, 29-7, with 5 minutes to go in the third. Huerta with the basketball on the outside left, dribbling against Nichols on the left baseline. Leans, banks, misses, fouled by Nichols. Javier Huerta to the line. Nichols commits his first. Huerta looking for his first points of the game. B&B Appliance at 502 Ensign in Fort Morgan can help you save water, energy, and the environment without sacrificing quality and performance. Change for the better with B&B Appliance. First free throw by the lefty is in. Look to the team at Valley View for rehab, short-term, or long-term care needs. Valley View Villa, 815 Fremont. Call them 867-8261. Swish on the second free throw. And the Beat Digger lead is down to 20 again, 29-9, 4:48 to go in the third quarter as Patrick Reynolds is out. Betilio Garcia's inbound in the backcourt to Dunker. Dunker motions towards his teammates to give him some space as he dribbles it across midcourt. Cross court to Cranston with the basketball. Cranston at the free throw line. He's going to have to swing it. Right side to Tormolen. Fakes and he traveled. Turnover number 9. Tormolen, I think, would have had an easy shot, but he shuffled his feet prior to the dribble. Rosenbrock and Baker in for Nichols and Cranston.
Well, and one thing that the Basalt team has changed a little bit, they've got 31 and 32 in at the same time instead.
Well, that's Martinez and Huerta,
instead of subbing them for each other.
Right, they're basically the same player, same size, same role. Ryan into the lane, leans, and he threw it away, intended in the left corner for Rakowski, who was not there. Turnover number 18, and backcourt pressure being applied. Garcia looking to throw it in, lobs it towards Dunker.
Basalt going to add a little full court pressure here.
Well, Dunker can break that easily. Behind his back, into the front court, he handles the ball so well. Dunker on the outside left to Garcia. Garcia to Baker at the free throw line. Baker slashing. Jump pass. It was a terrible pass. Intercepted over there by Huerta. That was a complete force by Baker. On the outside right, Huerta with the basketball. Cross court, Garcia, left corner. Ryan, 3 in the air. Is around and no good. And we got a tie for the basketball. There's about 3 players there, including Dunker. Possession arrow, Brush. With 3:50 to go, third quarter. Brush 29, Basalt 9. Northeast Colorado's locally owned hometown savings and loan, Equitable Savings Loan in Fort Morgan and Brush. Rosenbrock to Tormolen. Banks and misses an easy one. Tormolen ties up with Huerta. I think that should have been a Tormolen foul. Instead, it's a tie-up, but Basalt has the basketball with a possession arrow pointing in their direction. I mean, they have missed 3 easy ones. And there's a steal by Dunker. Dunker the other way will lay it up and in! Off the glass for Jeffrey Dunker off the steal. Brush now leads 31-9. Dunker is just so good with those hands. He's got 7 points. Beat Diggers up by 22, matching their biggest advantage. Here's Garcia, pressured over there by the other Garcia, the Beat Diggers. Over to Huerta at the free throw line. Jump pass to Ryan. Ryan straight away. With 3:16 to go, third quarter. Brush 31, Basalt 9. Ryan bounce pass outside right to Garcia. Bounce pass towards Martinez. Knocked it out of bounds by Rosenbrock, who can't understand how he didn't intercept that pass because it was more thrown to him. But anyway, Basalt retains possession. And Garcia to throw it in. Outside right to Huerta. Picked up by Rosenbrock. Right of the lane. Bounces it back out to Ryan on the outside right. The chest pass to Garcia. Straight away to Ryan. Ryan against Dunker to his left. Retreating towards midcourt. Spinning on Dunker. Crossover dribble on the outside left. Here's Huerta, 3 in the air. No good. And Tormolin comes down with a one-handed rebound. His 9th outlet to Garcia. Long pass is poked away. Intended for Rosenbrock, intercepted by Ryan. 11 turnovers for Brush. Ryan, no-look bounce pass to Rakowski. Left corner to Garcia. Now to Huerta in the lane all the way. Scoops it up. Blocked by Tormolin and taken away by Rosenbrock. Here's Garcia with the basketball. Garcia crossing midcourt. We've got 2.5 to go, third quarter. Brush 31. Basalt 9 in the opening round of the 3A state tournament. John Beltran with Jen Goodall. Garcia between his legs, right of the lane, in the lane, lost the basketball, and then he traveled. Well, the Beat Diggers are not playing well in this third quarter offensively. They have 5 turnovers and only 4 points.
Well, and I think part of that is when they have this big of a lead, it's tough to maintain that sense of urgency and that intensity level.
Well, they're doing it on the defensive end. There's no question about it. Garcia with the basketball for Basalt on the outside right. Ryan, 3 in the air, and now they're in double figures with 12. As Ryan nails the triple. Brush 31, Basalt 12, 2 minutes to go. Baker in the lane all the way, scoops it up, back rim, no. Rebound, Tormolin banks it up and misses. Rebound, Tormolin goes back up and he's fouled. I'm telling you, Brush is just blowing layups. That's about 5 here in the quarter. And the foul was committed by Felipe Martinez. Tormolin, I think he's worn out at the line. He worked hard to go up twice, and the free throw is back rimmed, and clearly he shot that too quickly right there. He did not have his breath underneath him. He just threw it up there, and he back rimmed it, Needens and Brown into the game.
Well, and with the subs, then he gets a little bit more of a break before he gets the ball again, so hopefully this one's in.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. He's taking his time now, bends, shoots, and connects. The Beat Diggers are back up by 20, 32-12 with a minute 50 to go in the third quarter. Sean Ryan met by Randy Baker at midcourt. And then a timeout call by Rob Schildman, the head coach of the Basalt Longhorns. We'll keep it right here with a minute 44 to go, third quarter. Brush 32. Basalt 12, committed to serving those in production. Ag, Premier Farm Credit is the gold standard in ag lending, and you don't have to close on your house alone. Northern Colorado Title at 130 West Kiowa and Fort Morgan will provide you with a stress-free closing. I do expect Brush, though, to play a lot better offensively in the fourth quarter, just so they can carry that over to the next game, because you don't want to put together 2 mediocre quarters in a row. They had 11 points in the first quarter, 16 in the second, but only 5 so far in the third, and we played well over 6 minutes. And it's not that they haven't. It's not that they haven't had the opportunities. They just haven't scored when they've had the opportunities.
Well, and I kind of look for Coach Garcia to tell them to slow it down and, look what they did the other night where they have to hold the ball, that kind of thing. I look for him to kind of test those waters again. Rakowski
dribbles the ball out of bounds in front of his own bench along the sideline. Turnover number 20 for Basalt. Needens to throw it in backcourt to Rosenbrock. Over to Needens, who will dribble across the timeline. Outside right of the lane. He fakes the pass and then banks and scores. Almost by himself in a 1-on-0 drill.
That was smooth.
Yeah, he faked the pass. The defender bit. Rush 34, Basalt 12. A minute 24 to go, third quarter. Ryan with a basketball on the outside right against Baker, looking down low. Cross-court pass intercepted by Rosenbrock ahead of the field. He'll lay it up and in! Rosenbrock for 2. Rosenbrock now has 4 points in the game. That's turnover number 21 for Basalt. Beat Diggers 36, Longhorns 12. Jump pass, that's intercepted by Brown. The Beat Diggers the other way, and then we've got a double dribble violation against the Beat Diggers. Teams exchange turnovers there. 22nd for Basalt and the 13th for Brush. But now Brush has their biggest lead of 24, 36-12. Betilio Garcia inbounding the basketball into the front court. Bounce pass to Huerta, give and go towards Rakowski, knocked away, and it's intercepted by Ben Mickey. Mickey to Baker with 45 seconds to go. Across midcourt, outside left Needens. He'll put up a 3. Yes! For Bryce Needens for the triple! And Brush now up by 26, 38-12 off of the 23rd turnover by Basalt. And Needens has 7 points in the game. Ryan with the basketball inside off of Calabro's hands. Taken away by Brown. Brown over to Needens, 21 seconds to go in the third. Needens straight away behind his back, and the Beat Diggers will take the air out of the basketball for the final shot of the third quarter as he looks up at the clock with 14 seconds to go. Retreating towards the timeline with 11. Gets a pick from Rosenbrock. Lost the ball, got it back. In the left corner for Baker with 6. Baker spinning, left of the lane, down low for Rosenbrock. Banks and scores off the lip of the rim after it got a part of the glass. And the Beat Diggers close the quarter on a 9-0 run with the score. Brush 41, Basalt 12 through 3 in the opening round of the 3A state tournament on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. The Beat Diggers have the basketball to begin the fourth, up 41-12. Randy Baker into the front court. On the outside right to Ben Mickey. Out there with Rosenbrock, Needens, and Jake Brown. Here's Baker at the free throw line. On the outside right to Needens. Backs up on the high right now to Mickey. Mickey dribbles right of the lane, in the lane, then he's fouled. And that foul is committed by... Let's see, we had a couple of different calls out there, but it's a Basalt foul. And that looked like it was against Kruger, his first foul. Randy Baker with the basketball off the inbounds pass. We'll set up the lineup there momentarily here for Basalt. Chris Kruger, Batilio Garcia, Javier Huerta, Patrick Reynolds as Baker is stripped, and Felipe Martinez. Here is Huerta all the way, scoops it up off the glass. He misses, but he's fouled by Needens. Needens with his first. The Beat Diggers did commit their 14 turnover. And now 2 free throws here for Huerta. The lefty shoots and in and out for Javier Huerta. Second free throw upcoming. Keeping community banking simple and committed to their community. Morgan Federal Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. It's missed. Kyle Rosenbrock with a rebound for the Beat Diggers on the outside right. Bounce pass right corner for Baker. Baker against Garcia. Back to his left to Mickey. Mickey for Rosenbrock on the right baseline. He's got 6.5, 8 in the game. Brush 43, Basalt 12. 6:55 to go. This is 1010 KSIR. Brush, Fort Morgan, Greeley. I'm John Beltran with Jen Goodall. Here's Garcia with the basketball, spinning at the free throw line against Needens. Outside left, here is Reynolds. Reynolds against Baker, retreating towards midcourt. Crossover dribble, lost the basketball, got it back. Now dribbles again into the lane, puts it up from 10, off to the left. Rebound to Huerta. Huerta fades, hooks, misses, in and out. And going for the rebound is Rosenbrock. He's got the basketball. His 8th rebound, 2-on-2. Rosenbrock to Baker, lays it up, and he missed it. And the shot is up and in midair by Ben Mickey, who grabbed the rebound for the Beat Diggers, who now lead 45-12. Beat Diggers now on a 13-0 run. On the outside left, Garcia with the basketball. Garcia against Needens. Between his legs at the free throw line. 15-foot runners off the back of the rim. And Jake Brown has the rebound. Must be a lid on that according to Basalt. Mickey into the front court all the way, and an offensive foul. He ran right over Patrick Reynolds, and that's turnover number 15 for the Beat Diggers. And Ben Mickey commits his first personal with an even 6 minutes to go. Stubbs Gas and Oil at I-76 and Highway 39 in Wiggins. Don't delay and get there to see why convenience is Stubbs' middle name. Jeffrey Dunker back into the game, and Stop, Shop, and Save with all of your grocery needs and snacks for game time enjoyment. Brush Grocery Cart, 1302 West Edison Street in Brush. Kruger with a basketball against Cranston on the outside right. Near the top to Martinez. On the high left now to Reynolds. At the top to Kruger against Cranston, right of the lane. Backing it out to Garcia. Puts up a right corner shot. No good. And Jacob Nichols tips the ball to himself. That's his 4th rebound. Check that, his first. Down low is Garcia with the basketball. Pass to Dunker, and he bangs and scores. Nice look by Garcia as Dunker was cutting to the left of the basket. Dunker now with 9 in the game. Beat Diggers up by 35, 47-12, 5:19 to go. Bounce pass Martinez, give and go to Reynolds. He banks it in. Nice play there by Basalt. They've only got 7 points in the entire half, but they had 7 points in the first half. 5:06 to go in the game. Brush 47, Basalt 14. Garcia's jumper, no good. Dunker banks and scores as he cut right into the lane where he knew the rebound was going to go. He's got 8.5, 11 in the game. Brush 49, Basalt 14 with 4:50 to go. Pablo Gutierrez getting ready to check in, getting the biggest ovation of all. Reynolds with the basketball towards the left baseline against Torbolin, lost the basketball out of bounds. first turnover of the quarter for Basalt, but unfortunately for them, that's 25 in the game. And the Bead Diggers will have the basketball. In the backcourt, Garcia. Picked up by Kruger, 4:35 to go. Brushed by 35. Garcia on the outside right to Dunker, down low to Cranston. Ball poked away, intercepted by Kruger. Turnover number 16 for Brush. Bedilio Garcia dribbling against Dunker on the right baseline. Maintains the dribble, bounces it back out, and the fade shot is up and off the side of the backboard. And Garcia has the rebound. I'm not sure who took that shot. We've got to see. We got him on the roster. Now the three by Reynolds is no good. Ball tipped away. Kruger puts up a shot, and he misses off the back of the rim. There's a third rebound by Martinez, and then I believe he is fouled, or did the ball get poked out of bounds? Yeah, it's going to stay with Basalt, but that's way too many rebounds. And end of the game is Martinez. Or check that, Pablo Gutierrez. Martinez is actually out for Basalt. Okay, that's Spencer Glazner in there for Basalt into the game. And here's Calabro, turning, shooting, missing. Jacob Nichols with a rebound. Straight away, 5-footer was missed. Nichols with a second board on the outlet to Cranston. Cranston with 3:40 to go. Check it, 3:50 to go in the game. Brush 49, Basalt 14. Nichols at the top for Garcia. Garcia guarded closely at the free throw line. He leans from 6 around and good! Well, Garcia, I think, wanted a call. On top of that shot, didn't get it nonetheless. I mean, it is a 37-point lead for Brush with 3.5 to go. 51-17 at the free throw line. Glazner stripped away. And here is Garcia ahead of the field. He'll lay it up too strong. And the shot is up and in by Garcia. Austin Garcia off the rebound in midair. Well, they wanted Gutierrez to score or maybe even dunk it. They got that excited. Although if he dunks it, I'll fall out of my chair. He's probably only about 5'6", maybe. 53-14.
5'5", I'm taller than him.
5'5", yeah, no. Basalt with the basketball. Outside right, little 10-footer is in off the glass. Omar Contrea, I believe is his name, because he's not on this roster. We'll have to figure that out. 53. Now for the Bead Diggers, and 18. Garcia in the lane all the way, scoops it up, but he traveled prior to that. Turnover number 5. Yeah, Basalt in this half, 53-16, not 18. Blocked off by one part of the scoreboard there. And now we have a bunch of second-teamers in for both teams. Now, Omar Contreras was the one who scored for Basalt on their last possession. 2:36 to go. Kruger with the basketball, 16-footer in and out. And the ball is tipped right into the hands of Austin Garcia. Now let's see the Bead Diggers just take the air out of the basketball. Brushes local Napa and Hardware Hanks and Small Engine Repair Shop. Hometown Auto and Hardware, 1305 Edison Street in Brush. Over to Nichols. Nichols with the basketball. Noah Leachman in there on the outside right. Bounce pass inside to Cranston. Feed it to Leachman. Lost the basketball taken by Nichols. Backs it out to Gutierrez. Gutierrez near the timeline now to Trey Cranston. 2:05 to go in the game. Brush 53, Basalt 16. Nichols on the outside right to Leachman. Behind that three-point line. At the top, the bounce pass to Garcia. Guarded by Contreras, dribbles to his right. Jump pass down low for Leachman. He turns, banks, misses. Ball is tipped around, and Cranston trying to chase it down. And Cranston does nicely. Cranston with the basketball. And then that bounce pass looked like it was kicked, no whistle. Gutierrez has it for Brush, back out to Nichols. Minute 40 to go. Down low for Leachman. He turns, shoots, off the back of the rim, no good. Chris Kruger has the rebound for Basalt, his second. 1:31 to go. Brush 53, Basalt 16. Kruger right baseline all the way, banks and scores for Basalt. Bead Diggers now up by 35. They led by as many as 39. 53-18, 1:18 to go. Seems like we got here about 15 minutes ago. This game's just flown by. Very few fouls. There's only 5 team fouls in the second half. Gutierrez with the basketball, and we got a whistle on the floor. And I'm John Beltran, you're Jen Goodall, in case we have to reintroduce, because I'm telling you, I feel like I just got here.
I don't know, I'm still feeling a little wind.
Well, no, we had earlier stints doing separate things.
That's why,
but that's why this is a blessing in disguise.
It is.
Foul was committed by Reynolds over there, the inbounds pass, and now we have got a foul away from the ball. And that's going to be against Spencer Glazner. Actually, he committed the last 2 fouls. Reynolds was on the bench. but his number was still up on the board. Gutierrez with the basketball, minute 6 to go in the game. Beat Diggers lead by 35, 53-18. Cranston dribbling left baseline. His runner is up and in and out. Rebound to Nichols. Nichols tries to go back up, stripped out of bounds by Kruger. Beat Diggers retain possession with 58.5 seconds to go. Up by nearly 3 dozen. And Garcia to trigger it in.
So because I was doing track meet, I didn't hear the scores of the baseball game. How was it?
Well, I'll tell you here in a second. As the bank shot is up and in off the inbounds pass from Garcia to Nichols. Yeah, Sterling beat Brush in the opening game today 9-1, but that was a 4-1 game going into the 7th. But of course the Beat Diggers are shorthanded without 2 of their best players in Kyle Rosenbrock and Mitch Tormolen. 55-18, and then Kruger misses an easy shot down low off that long pass towards him, and Garcia wrestles away the rebound. Garcia with 34 seconds across midcourt. I don't know if the Beat Diggers will take another shot unless Basalt pressures them to. As Contreras guarding Garcia pretty closely. Retreating towards midcourt and the outside right to Gutierrez. 22 seconds remaining. Gutierrez with the basketball near the timeline to Leachman. On the outside right to Gutierrez. Gutierrez gets a pick from Leachman. Back near the timeline to Cranston. We have 12 seconds remaining. Pressured by Kruger. Cranston hands it off to Garcia with 8 seconds to go. Garcia retreating towards the timeline with 6. Jump pass towards Cranston, who looks up at the clock. And that'll be the game. The Brush Beat Diggers have defeated the Basalt Longhorns tonight in Brush by a score of 55-18 as the Beat Diggers win by 37. Let's take a 2-minute break. We're back in 2 minutes on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. Welcome to the Beat Digger postgame show, brought to you by Buildings by Design and Brush. They take pride in their workmanship and quality of their relationships with clients. For a free bid, call Pat Walter, 842-5837. Building today's business. Buildings by Design. John Beltran back with Jen Goodall in the opening round of the boys' state basketball tournament out of Class 3A, where the Brush Beat Diggers defeated the Basalt Longhorns 55-18, leading 11-5 after one, 27-7 at the break after a 16-2 second quarter run. They outscored Basalt 14-5 in the third and 14-6 in the fourth. Basalt season over at 8 wins and 15 losses. Beat Diggers moved to 20-3. They'll be here tomorrow in the regional final, which amounts to a second-round state tournament game when they take on Moffat County at 1 o'clock on 1010 and KSIR.com. For the visiting Longhorns, they got 5 points from Sean Ryan, Patrick Reynolds with 3, and 2 apiece from Chris Kruger, Dylan Rakowski, Javier Huerta, Nick Calabro, and Omar Contreras. The Beat Diggers were led by Jeffrey Dunker with 11 points, 9 for Randy Baker, Kyle Rosenbrock with 8, 7 points in the game for Bryce Needens, 6 apiece for Jacob Nichols and Mitch Tormolen. And then you had 4 points in the contest. No, Tormolen had 4. Austin Garcia, check that, had 6. And then 2 apiece by Ben Mickey and Jake Brown. The Beat Diggers committed 18 turnovers to 25 for Basalt. Beat Diggers with 37 rebounds and Basalt with 25. Mitch Tormolen had 11 boards for Brush, and Basalt was led by Felipe Martinez with 7 boards. The Beat Diggers 4 out of 8 from the line, 50%. Basalt 3 out of 8, 37.5%. And that was the story. No surprise here that the Beat Diggers not only won this game, but they won this game handily after Moffat County had to go the distance to beat Classical Academy 66-64. As Jen will rejoin me here momentarily. First, we'll speak with the head coach of the Beat Diggers, Ken Garcia, who's been very gracious to join me all season. I don't always put up with me, but nonetheless, I think we have some fun, Coach, for 3 or 4 minutes. So
you betcha.
And for your team tonight, seemed they had their fun. Maybe a little tight in the early. It was only a 6-point game, and I don't know if they were tight, but you know, when you're an overwhelming favorite, you got the home crowd. It's a huge crowd, and you haven't played in a week. That can always be a factor, despite all the practice time. Maybe the offense wasn't clicking as much as you'd like to in the first quarter, but boy, once you got to the second quarter, it looked like you were hitting on all cylinders.
It took us a little while to get things rolling. We wanted to make sure we pushed the ball, and for once it looked like we actually had a height advantage. So, we were able to take control inside and get some good things there. And, we missed a few layups here and there, so I thought our attack was good. The end result wasn't that good, but I thought our attack was good tonight.
Yeah, there were quite a few missed layups, but it's not bad when you miss layups and you win the game by 37. But defensively, I mean, you're going from a Valley game where you allowed 42 points, then 40 against University, 29 against Sterling. When the competition got better and better, competition not as good tonight with Basalt, but it looked like defensively, I didn't see any lapses. I don't know. I mean, you're the head coach, so you see everything out there. But it looked defensively like you were taking this team very seriously.
Well, you've got to take every opponent seriously. It's unfortunate when people go out and, they think they already have the game won, and then you don't execute, and then, that's how upsets happen. So, we wanted to make sure and not look ahead. Let's just take care of business tonight, do our thing, and then, we'll let things happen on the floor, and then if we're fortunate to move on, then we'll look at our next opponent.
Tonight's game offensively pretty emblematic of many games where you had 9 players in the scoring column, and your top scorer had 11 points in the game, which is virtually nothing when you consider that's your leading scorer. But I'm sure you got to like that better as opposed to having one guy go off for 25 and nobody else really getting involved in the scoring aspect.
It certainly makes the game fun, and I think our kids understand that when you share the basketball and everybody's scoring, everybody's happy, and I think that's the best thing that we've got going on this team is that we don't have that selfishness where everybody wants to score, don't get me wrong, but I think that we've got a good quality character on our team where we understand that some nights it's going to be me, some nights it's going to be somebody else, and we share the basketball, and that's part of our success.
Is this part of the big advantage you have tonight, not only playing at home, but knowing that you expended a lot of effort, but not a ton of energy, at least opposed to Moffat County, who had to go the distance with Classical Academy, and maybe that'll keep you more refreshed for tomorrow's regional final here at the Digger Dome.
Well, I certainly hope that that's an advantage we can take care of, but I'm sure Moffat's going to be ready to go. They're going to get their rest tonight, and they're one step away just as we are. So we're expecting their best, and we'll hopefully be able to bring our best.
Did you see out of them anything particular that you have to defend against or that you can attack to be successful tomorrow here against Moffat County?
Well, they looked like they were a pretty physical team. They played a good man-to-man, and they get up in your face, and we're gonna it's gonna be a barn burner. It's gonna be a good game. So come out and support the Beat Diggers, and we've appreciated your efforts all year long, and it's a great thing that you do for our community. We really appreciate that.
Ken, congratulations on the 20th victory of the season for the Beat Diggers.
Thank you.
Brush head coach Ken Garcia after the Beat Diggers take care of Basalt tonight, 55-18, as they led by as many as 39 and win by 35, as we are rejoined by Jen Goodall. Jen, your thoughts on what we were talking about? Seemed like a very quick game, and I still think, like I told the coach, I don't think Brush expended the energy that Moffat County did because they had to fight to win their game. The effort they expended, you always have to expend the effort, but Brush looked like they could have played another 1 or 2 quarters tonight because they were so energized by the way they were playing and by just grabbing this big lead against Basalt early on.
Well, I think you're correct, and then anytime you travel, that takes also some energy, and then they're not going to sleep in their own beds tonight. That's another advantage for us, which is why it's called home court advantage.
All right, so the Beat Diggers come away with a 37-point victory. Again, they'll face Moffat County tomorrow at 1 o'clock on 1010, as well as KSIR.com. Great job tonight by our sound engineer and producer, Braden Godin. For Jen Goodall, I'm John Beltran. The final score in the opening round of the 3A Boys State Basketball Tournament from Brush. The Beat Diggers 55, the Basalt Longhorns 18. You heard it all right here on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com.